How do you see the wise men? You know, the romantic picture is that they arrive the night of the birth and they come into the manger area with their gifts. But as I read the gospel account, it seems to me that it's just as reasonable to expect they showed up a couple of years later.
That's right.
Because when Herod, you know, orders his soldiers to kill all of the male children in Bethlehem who are 2 years of age and under, you know, it seems to me that at that point in time he would have expected that Jesus was about 2 years of age.
That's right, exactly so. And I know that when we tell the Christmas story every December, churches have pageants and so on, we collapse the details of these two Gospels, Matthew and Luke. In fact, the average Christian can hardly sort them out and distinguish them. And so we have magi or wise men, we have shepherds, they're all there together. That's not how it happened.
Right.
You are right, there's a gap. And by the way, I know there's the popular Christmas carol, We Three Kings. We don't know for a fact that it's three.
Right.
That's an inference from three gifts that are mentioned. They're not kings either. And we need to, I think, remind ourselves there is a tradition and it might be really nice, but it's not necessarily what the Bible actually affirms.
Yeah. This trip to Egypt, an angel again plays a key role and appears to Joseph and warns him about Herod's intentions. So Joseph gets Mary and the young Jesus together and goes all the way to Egypt. Now, we think the journey from Nazareth to Bethlehem was arduous. Try Bethlehem to Egypt. I mean, that must have been a profoundly difficult journey.
Well, Bethlehem to Egypt is no further than Nazareth down to Bethlehem. And Egypt and Israel are next door to each other.
No, that's true.
So
but what I'm thinking about, to go to Egypt, they would have had to go to, I think, a populated area, probably, right?
I would think so.
And you know, that border area between Israel and Egypt is all mountainous wilderness, and it seems to me they would have had to travel through those mountains to get, I mean, they wouldn't go as far as Cairo, I suppose, but maybe Alexandria. I mean, we don't know. But it must have been an awful trip.
It would have been, it had the same dangers as the other trip, that is true. But the other thing is many Jews lived in Egypt and as far away as Alexandria and beyond. So the Holy Family didn't have to go too far and wouldn't have to go too deeply into Egypt. The point is just cross the border, get out of Herod's jurisdiction.
Right.
And there would have been Jewish people, there would have been a place to go. And Joseph would have had a place to work and support his family. And when Herod was dead, they could return. Archelaus, meanwhile, Herod's oldest son, was trying to gain control of Samaria and Judea. The family wisely decided, you know what, let's go back up to Galilee and stay there, because Herod Antipas, another son of Herod the Great, was an easier going guy.
Well, we just hit a few of the highlights here with Dr. Craig Evans, and I certainly appreciate the insight you bring. We've got about 30 seconds. What are you doing for Christmas?
Well, I'm going to be home in where I live in Kentville, Nova Scotia, and we're going to enjoy the season. We're going to enjoy the next couple of days very much.
Best time of the year.
It is.
Thanks for coming our way.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Back with more after this, friends.